In this video, we will talk about the grouping functionality in LSP.expert. It's a functionality that allows to group jobs into projects. You have the possibility to put the jobs in a group at the same level or create what we call dependencies. So, jobs that depend on other jobs, like a revision that depends on a translation, for example. So first, let's see how to create a group containing several jobs. Let's say we have a text in English that has to be translated into French and Dutch. So we create a job called Annual Report, for example, for our client Microsoft. The service is a translation from English into French, and it's 5,000 words for the end of the month. Then we will create our translation from English to Dutch by using the duplicate button in the job and choosing the option Duplicate and Create Group, because we want our two jobs to be in the same group. The name of the job remains the same, and we have to change the service because now we have to translate the text into Dutch. We haven't created this service in LSP.expert yet, so let's add it with the plus button. The estimate of this new job is 0 because we haven't defined any rates for it yet. So let's do it by clicking on Manage the service for this client. Our rate is 15 cents per word, and we validate and we see our estimate here for the duplicated job. To see the details of the group, you can click here, and we see that we have two jobs in our group. Now, we also want to create a revision job for these translations we just created, and we want the revision to be a dependency of the translation. For that, we can use the duplicate button in each job again, but this time we choose the option to create a dependency. Let's begin with the job from English into French, and say that the revision should be non-billable, because we will only invoice the translation to our client. Since we haven't created this service yet, we use the plus button like we did before. And then we do the same with the job from English into Dutch. In the details of the group, we now have 4 jobs, 2 translations, and 2 linked non-billable revisions. To remove a job from a group, you can click in the details of the group on the little broken chain. For example, let's remove this revision from the group. To add a job to the group, you can simply drag and drop a job from your list into another job. So let's put the revision back in the group. The system then asks you if you would like to add this job at the same level or as a dependency. It should, of course, be a dependency, but let's put it at the same level here, so I can show you that you can also change this afterwards in the details of the group. To do that, you simply have to drag and drop the job into another one to say it's a dependency. So here, we drag the revision into the translation. To edit the name of a group, you can click on the little pencil in the details of the job. And you can also choose the color of the little dots you will see in your list of jobs. Back in the list of jobs, you have the colored dots in front of the jobs contained in the group. Big dots for main jobs and small dots for dependencies. Now, you can of course also outsource these jobs. So, let's say we will outsource the translation from English into French to Sophie Dupont. We click on the job in question and then on the Outsourcing tab. We select Sophie, and from the page of the outsourcing, you can go back to the details of the group by clicking on the name of the group. And you see here that you have outsourced a job to someone and your margin. And if you outsource to more than one supplier, you can see your total margin. To invoice all the jobs of a group at once, click on Filter these jobs in the Jobs view, in the details of the group. Your list of jobs now only contains the jobs in the group. To invoice them all at once, select them and click on Invoice Selected Jobs. In the invoice, you see that the non-billable jobs, the 2 revisions, are not mentioned. And that's it for the grouping functionality.